everyone, my name is Renda and I'll be talking about systematic change in this video and answering the 10 questions as briefly as possible. So I believe true progress means fixing the rules and systems that keep people down. So on to the first question. What is the most unfair system according to me? I think it's definitely the education funding system. Public school money is actually tied to the local property taxes. So that means that the rich neighborhoods get richer while the poor neighborhood gets less funding per student. This gap is the reason that poverty gets passed down through generations. There's not enough funding for teachers, facilities, and resources. And education, which is a key opportunity for people in these areas, is actually gets locked behind that zip code. So my fix would be basically a national fair funding formula. So the government should guarantee the same minimum funding for every kid everywhere, so that every student gets the same shot. On to the next one, my example of a system failure. So this is very personal to me, but I saw this difficulty with a family member who lived 2 hours away from work. They were late often, not because they were lazy, but because of the unpredictable like monster traffic on their route. This is a systems failure. That traffic that caused them to be late, but the company decided to deduct money from their paycheck again and again. So they were being punished for a problem the city created. So I think the root cause in this is just bad city planning that pushes low wage workers far away from their jobs and doesn't invest in good public transport. So when your commute relies on congested road, your time and money are at risk. Moving on to the next question, who I think should can unite for change. So the best groups that unite for change are local faith groups, workers' union, and young activists. Each brings something essential. The faith groups bring their trust and moral power. The unions bring structure and organizing skills, and the youth group bring their digital energy and a vision for the future. They could all team up to participate in different campaigns. For example, maybe a housing rights campaign. The union can lobby politicians. The church or the faith group can hold free legal clinics for the tenants, and the youth group can run the social media to get everyone involved. And that's how you build real power. On to the next question. A overlooked climate problem. I think on environmental issues, the local problem that we ignore is the deadly neighborhood heat. Think of the areas packed with concrete, asphalt, and zero trees. These are usually the low income areas and low income communities. They get far hotter than the leafy suburbs nearby, and that isn't just comfortable. It causes is a heat stroke and forces poor families to pay huge cooling bills. So I think the first step to fix this problem would be a massive tree planting campaign, and we need policies to mandate this campaign in the neighborhoods, especially that are suffering from the most of heat. It's a simple solution, but it saves the most lives. On to the next question, where justice falls short. So I think access to justice falls short in the civil courts, things like housing, employment, and family issues. If you're being evicted, you often have to face a corporate lawyer all alone. You don't have the money and the resources to hire an attorney. It's a massive instant power imbalance. So I wouldn't say it's a practical fix, but I do think a right to counsel for all tenants facing eviction should be there. Giving someone a lawyer in that situation, stabilizing the life, reduces homelessness, and also saves the whole community money in the long run. The next one is reducing inequality for young people. So, to cut poverty and inequality for youth, I propose one major action, which is guaranteed transitional employment. So, the city or the state should offer a year-long public work job, paid public work job to any young person between 18 to 25 who want one and need one, and it will give them a living wage, training, and that crucial first line on the resume. And as you all know, the public system works are always underemployed. They're always looking for more people, so just bringing these two system together can help both of the communities. So about my three powers, what I want as a three, I want as my power. So as a young person, when decisions affect my life, I want real power. The three powers that I want would be one would be the right to require a public meeting with politicians, where they would have to justify any cut made to youth programs or schools directly to the panel of young people. So that would be the power to review all of those decisions. Then one would be a guaranteed voting seat uh, on all other city planning and transportation boards, not just like advisory but a real vote, because we as students and as community we use that transport a lot, and we would know more about those activities rather than just the board deciding who are not even using those services. And then I think a power to call for investigation of any local service that is clearly failing the community but is not getting justified report on it. So I think those would be my three powers. What about my insight to improve services? Community services must stop just talking to people and start designing with them. I think they should just pay the people who use the services to be consultants on how they run. Their lived experiences expertise. Having workers also users also walk them through the process themselves, like filling out forms, waiting time, to point out the parts that are complicated, stressful, and humiliating, and letting service users vote and choose where a portion of the organization's money is spent. This guarantee that the changes that are being implemented are what actually people want. And for the last questions, for the advancing anti-racism. So I think to advance anti-racism, organizations need to change the invisible practices that cause bias. Three internal changes must happen first. They should stop hiring for a cultural fit. This often means they're just hiring people that look like themselves, and actively look for people with different backgrounds who will challenge the status quo. Next would be sharing the power. So they should stop confining all the big decisions to small executive teams. Diverse cross departmental teams with real authority will make actual good change. And lastly, would be to check before any new rule or policy is launched how it might unfairly impact the different racial groups. If the impact is negative or it can be even slightly negative, the policy should be fixed before implementing it rather than after. So that's all the questions from my side. I think systematic change is about power, rules, and visions. So I hope we can build the future together.